All right, guys, in this quick video, I want to talk to you about how to simplify square roots. Now, the idea is rational numbers with square roots are also rational numbers. And we also talk about the idea of perfect squares because numbers that are perfect squares, you can take the square root of it. So a couple examples on the board here. Square root of 25 is 5 and square root of 144 is 12. So if we want to think about this, the first several perfect squares, we're going to write out the first 10. So if we just start with 1 and go up by the integers, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, 7 squared is 49, 8 squared is 64, 9 squared is 81, and 10 squared is 100. There's your first 10 perfect squares. So square root of 100 is 10, square root of 81 is 9, square root of 64 is 8, and so forth and so on. This is helpful when we want to simplify square roots. So don't be afraid of the fraction and the square root there. When you have the square root of a fraction, you just take the square root of the numerator and denominator. So square root of 16 is just 4. Square root of 49 is 7. So the square root of 16 49ths is just 4/7. Notice I took the square root, so the square root symbol kind of disappears because it's a symbol that indicates an operation that you're going to perform. Similar to when you add two numbers, 4 plus 5 equals 9. You don't rewrite the plus sign again because you perform the addition operation. How about negative square root of 64 over 169? Well, that's going to be negative. Square root of 64 is 8. And square root of 169, we didn't talk about it above, but if you keep going up, you'll see that 169 is a perfect square of 13. Now, just a quick note about that negative symbol. The negative is outside of the square root, so you just take the square root, keep the negative. This means the whole fraction is negative. So if you typed 8/13 into your calculator, got that decimal, it would be negative 0. Whatever the decimal is. You could put the negative on the 8, you could put it in front of the fraction bar, you could put it on the 13. And it doesn't matter, it all indicates the same thing. What you don't want to do is put the negative in there twice, like the negative on the 8 and the negative on the 13. Don't do that. Simple reason, if you have two negatives and you're dividing, it's a positive. Negative divided by negative is a positive. All right, so that's how to simplify square roots.